What's going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have like and sub, and let's get into this. And oh boy, do they got some balls on them to do this if they do it, because holy hell. Okay, so if you haven't been paying attention to Doctor Who, and most of you haven't because you've checked off correctly so, but we still see the ratings every once in a while in the articles about it, and they've just been getting lower and lower and lower until the last time we talked about Doctor Who the other week, Lux, it had the new low for the lowest rated Doctor Who episode ever, not just in the second season, but ever, with 1.58 million views for that second episode of the season. And then it followed up as the lowest rated episode of all time once they got those full streaming numbers. And then, of course, the same thing happened again with the next one, as the last episode that came out had 1.5 million. So that was the episode Lucky Day. And I'm sure once the overnights and everything else, it also will now be the new lowest of all time for the series ever. Desperation is rife in the air, and it's smelling thick and a little sickly. We always knew, or Ncuti Gatwa at least has been very open about the fact that he's going to go back to the Broadway shows and stage acting after this second season. But what are we going to do? Got to have one more, got to send it off with a bang. And apparently, this is exclusive, Jodie Whittaker, who we will lovingly call Dr. Karen, brought about by Chris Chibnall, is returning for the finale. So, all right. And again, Russell T Davies, who everyone said this was like the George Lucas of Doctor Who, didn't create it, but he's one of the most seminal creators who, really made some good runs. He was going to come back and save it. And instead he doubled down by introducing transgender Rose and having the Doctor lectured about being a male presenting Time Lord and all the things. And then we got all of the DEI with Ncuti, blah, 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 blah. Let's get to the leaks. So this is from the Star Whovian on X. RTD, Russell T Davies, has officially killed it. She's coming back. Jodie Whittaker is coming back. So here are the leaks. Here's what they've said. At the top, it does say that they were waiting to release these until the first ones came true, and apparently the first ones came true. So here it is. Episode 3 will be a sequel to the series episode 4, or excuse me, episode 3. Yeah, episode 3 will be a sequel to the series episode 4, Midnight. That just came true. 2. The fugitive Doctor, played by Joe Martin, will make an appearance at some point in the series. 3. Mrs. Flood will be revealed to be a bi-generated version of the Rani. This will be revealed at the end of episode 6, because bi-generation is a thing that they, of course, invented. The main goal of the Rani and Mrs. Flood will be to bring Omega back. Omega, who will appear as a CGI monster with a giant claw. 6, following Ncuti Gatwa's recent decision to leave the series, the ending of the finale was reshot to end with the 15th Doctor regenerating. However, due to it being a last-minute decision, the regeneration scene does unfortunately feel rather tacked on. Of course, the 16th Doctor is yet to be cast, so we won't see who the Doctor regenerates into. And if you believe all we've heard from those crew leaks, where the crew shooting it was told, don't expect to be working on Doctor Who for at least a decade, with the show itself just being shelved for 5 years before being taken out and then starting to work on. And then it's assumed that it would take another, 3 to 4 year period of writing, casting, and making sets and all of that. So don't expect to see Doctor Who for 10 years, meaning don't even think about casting, because everyone's going to be far, far older by the time they even look to that. And here's the big one, ending with the 13th Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, will make an appearance to somehow assist the 15th Doctor with his regeneration. So apparently the first part of that leak has come true. He said the source of it, Starhoovy and all that, they waited specifically for this. We'll see. Let me know what you think. Is anyone still watching? I tell you what, if Jodie Whittaker pops back up, those clips will definitely be making the rounds. Other than that, this is just, unfortunately, thankfully, if you didn't get into Doctor Who, you missed out on yet another one of our franchises being corrupted and turned into propaganda, along with Lord of the Rings and Star Trek and Star Wars and Marvel and DC and all the other things. But hey, starting to see some course corrections, and now is the time to start really focusing in on the things we like and really just ignoring the things that we don't like, which is what most people seem to be doing to Doctor Who. So, let me know what you think about all this. By all means, make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well, bye.